You know, in any organization, you've got the costs you can see, and then you have the ones that are hiding in plain sight. Today, we're going after those hidden costs. We're going to break down 5S, a system that is so much more than just tidying up. This is about building the bedrock for real operational excellence, using visual order to unlock some seriously powerful lean efficiency.
But before we jump into the solution, let's really understand the problem. So let me ask you, what is the single biggest hidden cost in your workplace? I mean, really think about it. Is it the time your team wastes just searching for tools? All that unnecessary walking back and forth? Or maybe it's the cost of reordering equipment you already have but just can't find. These are all symptoms of a much deeper issue, waste. And that is exactly what 5S is designed to surgically remove.
Okay, here's our game plan. First, we'll nail down why 5S is the true foundation of any lean operation. Then, we'll walk through the framework itself, breaking it down into 3 logical phases. Phase 1 is all about getting rid of clutter. Phase 2 is about locking in a new standard. And Phase 3, that's about making it part of your culture. We'll wrap up with the absolute keys to making sure this system sticks.
Right, first things first, we have got to have a major mindset shift here. So many people look at 5S and just see glorified housekeeping, and that's completely missing the point. This isn't about having a neat desk for the sake of it. This is a strategic weapon for building a truly lean operation.
Think about that phrase, the starting place for lean. Why is that? It's because 5S makes waste impossible to ignore. By creating this crystal clear visual order, you shine a massive spotlight on all the problems, the clutter, the chaos, the little inefficiencies. You can't hide from it anymore. It perfectly sets the stage for every other improvement you want to make.
So, how do we actually do this? We do it with the 5S framework. And listen, this isn't just a loose set of nice ideas. It's a structured, proven system designed to create and, more importantly, maintain visual control in any environment.
And here they are, the 5 pillars: sort, straighten, shine, standardize, and sustain. The real power here is in the sequence. You can't skip a step. Each one builds on the last, creating this incredibly robust system that takes a workspace from chaos to complete control.
So let's dive into Phase 1. This is where you're going to see the biggest, most dramatic physical changes. The goal here is simple. First, get rid of all the noise and the junk. Second, create a logical, efficient home for everything that's left.
The first S is Siri, or sort. And the mission is simple, but you have to be absolutely ruthless. You have to distinguish between what is necessary and what is not. The default mindset has to be, if this item isn't essential to do the job right now, it has to justify its own existence.
And here's how you execute. You go through literally every single item. If you use it all the time, it stays within arm's reach. If you use it less often, it goes into a central storage area. But what about all that stuff in the middle? The things you're not sure about? That's where the red tag method comes in. You tag it, move it to a special holding area, and you set a deadline. If nobody has needed it by then, it's gone. It's a brilliant way to stop analysis paralysis and just keep things moving.
And this isn't just some abstract idea. Picture a team literally walking through their workspace. They see that old fax machine collecting dust in the corner, those stacks of binders that haven't been opened in years. They're forced to make a decision on every single thing. Keep it, store it, or get rid of it. That one act frees up an incredible amount of physical space, and honestly, a ton of mental space too.
Okay, so once you've gotten rid of everything you don't need, we move to the second S, Seitan, or straighten. Now that you only have the essentials left, you can finally apply that golden rule. A place for everything and everything in its place. But the goal here isn't just to be neat. It's to engineer the workspace for maximum efficiency, making the location of every item totally logical and intuitive.
I mean, just think about the before state. How many minutes or maybe even hours are lost every single week just searching for things? It's infuriating. Now, look at the after. When every tool has a visual home like on a shadow board, anyone, even a brand new employee, can find what they need in seconds. And they can see what's missing at a glance. That is a direct, immediate boost to productivity.
So, we've cleared the clutter, we've created a logical order, but here's the trap. This is where so many initiatives fail, because they're treated as a one-time project. Phase 2 is all about making this new, efficient state the permanent way of working. It's about creating the new normal.
The third S is say so, or shine. And this is such a critical reframing of a simple task. Shining is not just cleaning to make things look good. It is cleaning as a form of inspection. Think about it. When you're wiping down a machine, you're going to notice that small oil leak.
When you're organizing a cabinet, you're going to spot the outdated form. Cleaning becomes a proactive maintenance activity.
And this simple shift in perspective just ripples outwards. It builds a sense of pride and ownership. A clean workspace is, by its very nature, a safer workspace. But most importantly, it empowers every single person on the team to spot problems, defects, abnormalities, potential failures, long before they become big, expensive issues. Now the fourth S, Seiketsu or standardize, this is the glue that makes all your hard work actually stick. This is where you formalize the new way of doing things. You create simple, clear rules, maybe checklists or visual guides, so that sorting, straightening, and shining become automatic habits, not some special event.
Standardization is what makes your improvements scalable. It means that when someone moves to a different workstation, the system is exactly the same. It makes the improved way the default way, and that makes it so much harder to slip back into those old, inefficient habits.
And that brings us to the final phase. And honestly, this is the most difficult one, because this isn't about tools and labels anymore. This is about taking a system and embedding it so deep into the organization that it just becomes part of the culture. It becomes the way we do things around here.
The fifth and final S is Shitsuke, or sustain, and this is all about the human element. It's about building the discipline to maintain this new standard for the long haul, not just for a week, not just for a month. This is the point where 5S stops being a manager's project and starts being everyone's personal responsibility.
And sustaining isn't passive. It takes real, continuous effort. It means ongoing training for new hires. It means doing regular audits to check in and see how things are going. And this is absolutely critical. It means visible, active participation from leadership. When the team sees their leaders following the system, it sends the clearest message possible. This is important.
Okay, let's bring it all home. Let's talk about the practical tools that make this entire system not just work, but last. These are the control methods that bring the principles of 5S to life right there on the floor.
The best control methods are almost always visual. Think about it, a shadow board on the wall that screams at you when a tool is missing. Brightly colored lines on the floor that show exactly where a pallet is supposed to go. Color-coded labels that make taking inventory instant. These visual cues make the correct way obvious, and any deviation just looks wrong. The system almost starts to manage itself.
All right, time for a quick check. Let's say a team creates one of those shadow boards for their most used tools. You know, the foam cutouts showing exactly where each wrench and screwdriver belongs. Which principle of 5S have they primarily applied? Is it A, shining, B, sorting, C, straightening, or D, sustaining?
And the answer is C, straightening. By creating that specific, visual home for every single tool, they have perfectly executed the principle of Seitan. And if 5S teaches us one thing, it's this. Your physical workplace is a mirror. It's a direct reflection of your processes and your culture. So I'll leave you with this question to think about. Take a good, hard look at your own workspace. What does it say about you?